Hey guys, so we are back on the channel for a requested video. So you guys have been asking, in my previous videos in the comment sections to actually do a video on the trade copier, how I use it and how I use it to actually trade my funded account. So today I'm going to go through that. I'm going to show a little bit of the accounts on the copier and just show you how I set it up with the lot multiplier and how I actually set that up. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Before we start, be sure to check out my Instagram, picture of it there, and there is a link in the description also. You guys can go and check out and go follow me on that platform also. So with the trade copiers, I use them for the challenge and the funded account. So the two challenge phases and then the funded account also. You have to be careful. If you set up the wrong settings, you can lose the account relatively easily. So that's what I'm going to go into. There are many different options out there of these copiers. The one I personally use and people have recommended me, in my mentorship as well, is Social Trader Tools. I'm not affiliated with them, I'm not sponsored by them, but this is just the one I actually use and I found that has been quite good. I think I pay around $40 a month maybe, and that's hosting up to 4 accounts at a time. I think if you want to pay like $20 a month, then you can host up to 2 accounts. Because I'm using more than 2 accounts, I actually pay for the more expensive option to obviously host more accounts. So at the moment I only have 3 accounts on there. I have a 100k, a 200k and a 400k. These are the only ones I have linked at the moment for obvious reasons. I've been waiting to get details for other accounts also, and some I just trade differently, so I don't have them on a copier. So if we go on here, you can see all the accounts, and obviously it's the weekend, so apparently on a Sunday sometimes it will just reconnect by itself, or you might have to reconnect the account manually depending on the broker you're using. But simple settings here. You can do like signals on here as well, where you can set up like a signal service. I'm not really sure. But if we go on copier and then create new copier, here we go. So let's say we're copying from a 100k account to a 200k account. Let's just say this, for example. And this is where a lot of people actually set up the wrong settings. If they do it by balance, not really sure what it does, but I've always used lot multiplier. So go in here, and here you can go up, or you can obviously go as low as you want. But because the 100k is the main account and the 200k is the slave account or the secondary account, this is when we want to multiply by 2. So in here we put 2. So that means if I place a 10 lot on the 100k account, it will then place a 20 lot on the 200k account, which is obviously what we want. We want double the risk because it's double the account size. Copy existing trades, I have yes. This is pretty much if there's any trades open on the account or any limits on the account right now, then it will enter those trades. Obviously it's a weekend, so there aren't any, but that's just there for you guys to do. It says I've already created this copier because I already have. But if we go into the settings of this copier, you can see that this is automatically set to off. So when you actually go in here, you want to press on and update. Because obviously if you're looking to set up the copier, you don't want to enter a trade and realize, oh, the copier is set up and it doesn't actually enter the trade. That's because you have to actually manually turn it on in the settings. So then we go down to risk settings, and this is, you guys can change this so it doesn't like breach certain rules. So I know some prop firms have like max lot sizes and stuff like that. You can force minimum lots, max lot, slippage, multiplier. Obviously our multiplier is 2. Reverse trades, no. Definitely do not put reverse trades on, because if you're buying, it will sell and you don't really want that to happen. Stops and limits, this one is very key. Copy pending orders, yes. Copy stop loss, yes. Copy take profit, yes. If you don't go in and change these to yes, you enter a trade, it won't copy the stop loss or take profit. Or if you place a buy limit or a sell limit, it won't copy this across. This is a disaster if you don't change this, because your trade could keep running. If you don't check it because you think, oh, it's on a copier, it's fine. You could blow the funded account. You could lose more than you actually comfortable losing on your main account. You don't really want that happening. So copy pending orders, yes. Stop loss, yes. Take profit, yes. And the good thing about this is you can set it up to give you an email notification when either your order is filled. So let's say a pending order gets tagged in, now the trade is active, when it hits stop loss, when it hits take profit, when a trade is closed on either accounts, when a trade is opened. So then you know that, okay, I just entered the trade and it's actually opened on the other accounts, which is obviously quite good to see. You have disable symbols, not really something I'm interested in, but let's say you don't want the copier to copy across Australian dollar to Canadian dollar. You'd untick that. So then any trades with that pair don't actually copy across. So let's say you trade US 30, but you don't want US 30 to actually trade on another account and you want it solely to be on that one account. Then you can turn it off in the settings here so it doesn't actually copy across, which obviously could save you some some losses, because especially with contract size, you've got to be careful with, US 30 indices, crypto, because of the set contract size. If you're going from, let's say, an FTMO to a normal personal account, the lot sizes are going to be different on these indices. You've got to be very, very mindful and actually look into the contract size on each broker before you actually do a copier on, that set of instruments. Map symbols, no clue what that is, haven't actually used it, but this is actually the settings I use. And obviously, if you're doing it from 100k to a 400k, obviously the multiplier would just be 4 instead of 2. And if you're actually going down, so I had a copier from a 400k to a 250k account, and I think this was 0.66 or 0.67 instead of that 2. So if we go into risk settings here, let's say the account was 400k, copying down to a smaller 250k account, I did the maths, and 250k is 67 or 66%, I can't really remember, of 400k. So obviously if you convert the percentage into a decimal, that is then 0.66%, if I am working that out correctly. If I'm not, you guys in the comments can laugh at me. But yeah, from memory, that's what I think it was. Make sure you get the right number, because you don't want to say put it wrong, you're risking a lot more, you hit your daily loss on a funded account. That would not be ideal. So the way I actually do it on these funded accounts is, let's say I start one, I'll start multiple at the same time. This is obviously because I can afford to, let's say I lose the account or I hit a daily loss, or worst case scenario, I blow the funded account or the funded challenge. I'm comfortable risking £2,000-3,000 of funded challenges at one time, because I know that with funded accounts, let's say you're taking 600k to $1 million at a time. If you fail that, you might lose 3 or 4 grand of funded challenges. I'm not saying this for everyone, by the way, this is myself personally. I'm comfortable losing that much, because I know if you get 10% profit from a 1 million funded max allocation, that's 100 grand. So am I happy risking 4 or 5 grand to then get one payout? Or even if you make 10% in a year on that funded account, you've made 100 grand. Not many people make over 100 grand in a year. It's quite like a high income, I'm pretty sure. You have got to be careful and obviously risk only what you're comfortable losing. And don't, if you're a beginner trader, you've never taken a prop firm, link 5 prop firm accounts, challenges, use all your money, because then if you lose one, you lose all of them. I'm only doing it because I have capital, I have money to risk. I'm comfortable losing that amount on the prop firms because I know that the ROI, the risk to reward of it, is obviously a lot greater. This was a little breakdown of the copier I use and how I actually use it with the settings. Very, very simple. Very easy to connect as well. You just put in your account number, password, and everything like that, and then you can be sorted. But if you guys did enjoy, like, subscribe. Just a quick video. I'll catch you guys in the next one.